Yellow, everybody! It's the Big Bad Evil GM. I have realized a couple things. Firstly, I like standing. It's a lot easier. It allows me to ramble better. The fun stuff. Also, I have realized it's way more fun to be weird. I mean, it's how I GM my games anyways. Weird, funny, strange, mysterious. But today we are talking about Vasil the Shark. Vasil the Shark is the big bad evil guy of my original campaign in Foreign, and he was the one that the players love to hate. And I'm going to take you through his storyline and why. So, introduction. Vasil initially introduced himself as an ally to the player characters. You see, the opening of my adventure involved Sahuagin kidnapping several individuals and taking them away to a secret cave. The characters fought off most of the Sahuagin, but some escaped with some NPCs. So the players went and searched for any clues that they could to find out where the Sahuagin were closed up. They found a lone half-sea elf hanging around by the docks. This man introduced himself. I believed that he called himself Valor at the time. And when he did so, he stated that he had seen some Sahuagin walking out of a cave off to the far distance. And he had seen this. But he was not on the player's side in the slightest. He was, secretly, the great pirate Vasil the Shark, a man with enough military power to rival the main naval marines, or the main navy in my setting, the Okeanos Navy. And yes, I know that's just Greek for ocean. Anyways, they set off with this individual, not realizing that they had him in their tow. They slashed through the Sahuagin, one of the players almost dying in the first fight, as he nearly drowned in a pool of water. But they successfully ended up beating the Sahuagin. But what they did not realize is that Vasil was there for a purpose. He was there for the Fang of the Leviathan, a powerful artifact that, along with the location of an island with which it was sealed, would allow him to revive and control the beast, making him the ruler of the seas, rather than just the king of the pirates. One Piece. Anyways, he trapped the players in a force bubble, monologued for a little bit because he's a conceited asshole and he likes an audience. I like an audience too, but I don't think I'm a conceited asshole. Conceited, maybe. I don't think I'm an asshole. Most of the time. But from there, Vasil had a couple things where he sent several of his crew members out to find the location of Blackpool. The players went to the old temples of the elemental beasts, one in the great city of Wind River to the northern country of Mavros. They ended up fighting one of Vasil's lieutenants, a captain by the name of Gordon Heat, serving under what is essentially the admiral of the fleet, Vasil. Gordon broke into the temple. The players quickly pursued. They ended up coming into conflict in the final room before finding a map to Blackpool. But without their knowledge, another map had been placed in one of the other old temples. In the northern country of Diarchus, among the glaciers, another temple was there. And it was here that the ice giant lieutenant of Vasil acquired his own map of Blackpool. I actually ran that game as a little one-shot for one of my players where he played that frost giant. It was a lot of fun for him. Now Vasil only needed one more thing, the thing necessary to break the seal. He needed the light of the red moon and the blood of the hero. So the players went to Okeanos to protect their royal family, as the royal family were the ones that held the blood of the hero. They were his descendants. And from there, the players fought hard against several different armies that Vasil sent in to acquire this. But what they did not know was that there was a bastard child from the previous king's generation. And it was the adopted sister of one of my player characters. Originally they were a player character, but they had to drop out because they needed to move. But they also held the blood of the hero. And the Frost Giant had an item that allowed him to recognize where this was. In fact, many of Vasil's crew did. So they kidnapped that individual, and while the party was successfully able to protect the royal family, they did not protect the bastard child. And this led to the final encounter with Vasil. So from there, that fly's just been around. Anyways, from there, they searched far and wide for the Isle of Blackpool, eventually coming across it as it revealed itself under the red moon. As they sailed in, the Okeanos military fought most of Vasil's fleet, fighting against him in the background of this. The players charged into the island, taking out the crews of Gordon Heat and Vasil's own crew, though several of their members were able to escape, believing that Vasil's cause was not worth their life. This led to a final encounter with Vasil, where he was already in the process of summoning the Leviathan. Anyways, he was already in the process of summoning the Leviathan. One of his lieutenants fought hard to keep him alive and keep the players away, and succeeded. Vasil summoning these water elementals to fight the players in the form of these shark-like beasts similar to Sahuagin. The players fought them. Eventually, one of my players was able to get into melee with Vasil, and they entered and they broke his concentration on the ritual, causing the effects to start to disassemble. Vasil, near his death, towards the end of this fight, decided to forcefully finish the ritual. As he had already invested some of the hero's blood, he added his own blood to the mix, awakening the Leviathan. But without his knowledge, he also had awoken the Sultan of the Seas, a great and powerful genie who had formed a contract with the Leviathan aeons ago. And that is how the players defeated Vasil and won the day, but not the war, as the Sultan was now free. And is currently the big bad of the stuff that's happening in my game, along with the other elemental lords that had been released during the process. This is the entire story. I hope you liked it. It was a lot of fun.